Hey guys, Turkey's here listening to the seminar. I wanted to come do a little talking today about pigs, and especially market prices on pigs and why pigs are a little bit more at the market than they are, say, in the grocery store. Because I always get asked every market day, those prices are high. Why are they so high? How come other people can sell cheaper than you? How's it going down? So I put pen to paper today, and I've got I got a couple pictures I'll put on here. That way you can kind of see it, really look at it as to what I've got written down here. But, your average market pig's going to weigh around 300 pounds, 260 to 300 pounds. So you take a 300-pound hog, your bring home meat on that should be around 180 pounds. Whole hog, processed in your freezer should be around 180 pounds. So now let's talk input on that 180 pounds. Right now, feed here local in Arkansas is running 400 to 500 a ton, depending on where you buy it. You can got some local feed mills, you can get it for around 4. You hit the co-op, some other places you're 5 to 550 a ton on it. So that's just feed input. And for a market weight pig, you can go anywhere from 700 to 900 pounds to get that pig to market. 700 pounds for penned pigs. Not saying anything's wrong with penning pigs, raising them on concrete, but you're 700 pounds in there. Pasture pigs, you're closer to 900. Just simply because they have more room to run, they burn energy off. It's just like exercising all day. It need more calories to gain weight. Okay, that's not counting any pens, any watering, or any labor. That's just feed input, okay? So now we'll go through the processing side of things. Most processors in Arkansas is going to run you a $50 kill fee and a $25 disposal fee pretty much anywhere you go. And then USDA inspected, it's going to be $1 a pound. Hanging weight, so that's $1 a pound on that 180 pounds. So that's 180 bucks there, add it to your feed input. All right, then say if you want link sausage made, which are brats. Brats are going to be $2 a pound to have those made up. Including, you're going to get your hanging weight, which is $1 a pound. And then when you want brats, they'll make them and add that $2 on top of that. So you're $2 there on your brats. Smoked and cured meats, your bacon and, smoked bacon, cured bacon, smoked hams. Here in Arkansas, anywhere from $1 to $1.50 a pound. Most market hogs are going to have probably 30 pounds of bacon on it, and a good ham's going to be 20, 25 pounds. That's not, then you add in your jowls, your neck bones, your ham hocks, get those smoked and cured, that'll all add up to the end process. Breakfast sausages are going to run you an extra 50 cents a pound just to have your sausages made. So by the time you total all of that up, at the end of the day, you take your feed. So if you're doing penned pigs, you're $200 in just feed, if you're penning them. You're a little higher than that if you're running them on pasture, roughly. That's also counting, if you're weaning or if you're breeding pigs, then you got to get those pigs. You start feeding pigs at 2 weeks old and you wean them, or you feed them till they're weaned at 8 weeks old. So you'll have another 70 pounds in them there if you're breeding. Not counting the 15 pounds a day you're feeding your sow, to keep her in condition. So if you take your feed cost, your processing costs, if you want some sausage, some bacon made, you want some link sausage made, some brats, you want, hams, neck bones, the whole shebang, just feed and processing on a 300-pound hog, you're $545 to $565 easy. Some processors charge you a freezer storage space, some charge you for labeling. Some charge you for freezer packing. It depends on how it goes, where you go, but you can add a little bit of that, but you're not going to take any away from that. That's pretty much where you're going to be processing ways. Now, say you sell this pork at the market, and I have people ask me all the time, well, why is it so expensive? This person over here is selling, whatever for $4 a pound, or they're selling this for $5 a pound. Okay, so you take that 180 pounds that you bring home, and say if you can average necks, jowls, bacon, the whole nine, say you average $5 a pound selling it, which we've got, that's what I'm being told people are selling for, which I don't know how you're making it, but that's what I'm being told. So that pig, that 180-pound pig is going to bring you about $900. if you sell every single piece of it. Now you minus off that $545 of just straight input, feed and processing. No labor, no water, no pens, no fencing, no shelter. I mean strict, flat input. You're making about $355 on that pig. Now you figure in a little bit of fence maintenance or a little bit of shelter maintenance. If you're doing penned pigs, you figure in the labor is going to be quite a bit more because you got to clean those pens out at least every week. 5 days you need to be cleaning. Okay, and if you're doing pasture, then you figure in fence maintenance. You got to check that exterior fence. We have net fence on the outside around everything. You got to check it every day. We have electric fence inside that. You check it every day, make sure it's not grounded out, make sure it's good and hot, make sure your pigs are where your pig's supposed to be. That's not counting gas. Fuel charges right now, you know what fuel is. That's not that $355 that you're making. That's, you know, you start taking fuel out of that to go pick up feed every week, or even if you can store it and you buy feed every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, you still got to go buy that feed and bring it back. That's fuel. You got to take that pig to butcher and then go pick it up. That's fuel. You got to drive to the market every single day and sit for 5 hours and sell that pig. That's fuel. That's time, that's money, that's effort. So if you figure in no labor, just fuel to the market, to the processor, to get feed, that $355, say it takes you 3 weeks to sell that pig, and you're driving 35 miles there and back, 30 miles, that $355 is gone. You're doing it for fun. And that's why, you know, our pork is a little bit on the expensive side, I guess, some people would say. But I say it's on the side of being just right for what you're getting. And we do pasture pigs. So not only do you have your hot fences, but you have to move those pigs. Every 7 to 10 days, depending on the weather, sometimes 14 days, we're out refencing a new area, moving pigs into it, taking down the old fence, and getting ready to do that exact same thing again every single week. And that's done for 9 months. You know, our pigs, we do registered Tamworths. It takes 9 months, 8 to 9 months, depending on how we do them, depending on how dry it is, how well our cover crops grow, to get them to butcher weight. And then you can't get butcher dates just right. So you're having to hold them, feed them longer than what you want to, because you can't just call and say, I need a pig right now. And it's hard to schedule out 8, 9 months ahead, especially when you got 60 pigs. You can't get 60 pigs in at one time. So you got to stagger them. So what I'm saying, you know, I hate doing this kind of post. I don't like it. But a lot of people have no idea what goes into raising these pigs and the money it takes to get one to butcher weight, to get it processed, to get it to the market, and to have a good quality product for local people to buy. And, you know, like I said, I don't like doing these, but, you know, over the last few weeks, I figured this is something I really needed to do because, you know, people's been disconnected from their food source for so long. All they do is see a price and they think it's too high. You know, us local farmers, we're not Tyson. We're not buying, you know, we're paying $400 a ton for it. Tyson, Smithfield, these big commercial farms, you know, because of bulk pricing, they're probably paying $100 a ton for it. You know, and then they're pinning them just the way they raise. You know, we can't do that and make any profit. It just doesn't work out. Well, like I said, I've got this on paper. I'm going to attach a couple of pictures to this video. You know, I just want y'all to understand, you know, we do everything we can to bring a quality product to the market every single week. You know, very good registered pigs on pasture, raised as healthy as I absolutely know how to raise them. And I don't like doing these posts, but I also want customers to understand what goes into this. You know, grain prices are through the roof. I didn't even touch on diesel. You know, moving the feeders around, toting the feed back and forth, you know, tilling and planting when you move from section to section. I didn't even mess with that because that's just more labor. Not only is it more labor, it's more fuel, more parts, breakdown. I mean, it takes a lot to get this done, especially on a scale when you're trying to run. I think right now we got 40-something pigs. We're shooting, I just bred another 5 gilts. You know, this fall around November, we're going to breed 11 more. So, I mean, it takes a lot to get this much of a program going. And we're doing it as cheap as we know how, but also the best way we know how. So, you know, I just look at what's on paper and just kind of think about what your labor's worth and what your time's worth to when we spend a couple hours a day, every single day, not just me, but the wife, the kids. You know, it takes that long to check every morning to make sure nothing's sick, nothing's hurt, to make sure everything's got plenty of water, pump it out of the lake, you know, just make sure everything's right. It is an all-day job between the garden and the animals. And I've not even got into the chickens and those turkeys back there yet, because their food is $300 a ton more than the pig food. So, and I might get on that later, because everybody always trying to figure out why chicken's so expensive, you know, because I'm not Tyson. That's why it's expensive, but I raise a good quality bird out on grass and pasture eating bugs. So, you know, I hope, you know, I'm not coming off wrong with this. I'm not trying to be smart or make anybody mad. I want customers to understand how much goes in to what we do to try to do what we can for you, to give you the best product possible. And, you know, and I get people asking, well, how can someone else do it cheaper? I don't know. I wish somebody would show me how to do it cheaper, but this is how we do it with grain prices and fuel prices. This is it. This is what it costs. So, till next time, maybe it'll be a chicken. I know I'm going to do some video on the garden. The watermelons are looking phenomenal. Cucumbers, we're about to drown in them. We're picking about 130 pounds a week in cucumbers. So peppers are doing good. Tomatoes are coming on. So we'll get some more videos out. I just wanted to do this one for y'all. And like I said, I'll attach what I've kind of got written down and let you look at it and just kind of let you see what we've got. And I appreciate y'all.